Is there a hobby you have, or maybe just something that you do that gives you a superiority complex? 601-995-1017. What do you think makes you better than everybody else? Because I was reading about one particular hobby that is reading. And I have thought this for a long time, that as great of a hobby as reading a novel or books or whatever, for learning or enjoyment, whatever the case may be, wherever you're reading, I've thought for a long time that people who like to talk about how much they read or how many books they've read in a month or whatever, they think they're better than people who don't read. And it's true according to this survey. People who read often tend to think they're better than everybody else. This is according to research, and I could have told you that without research.
Oh my gosh.
That's why it irritates me so much whenever I hear people talk about listening to audiobooks, and they're like, oh, I read this book. You didn't read the book. You listened to the book.
Well, okay.
It's a horse of a different color.
But to clarify, I have listened to quite a few audiobooks in the last few years, but I do not feel like I'm better than anyone because of it. So maybe people who listen to audiobooks don't get the superiority complex. It's only if you actually read. And then I honestly feel like you kind of have earned that because you read it from a paper.
Well, hold on. But whenever you listen to an audiobook, do you tell people, oh, I'm reading this book right now?
Yeah, because it's weird to say I'm listening to a book, but
I
don't think I'm better than anyone else just because I say that. It is in no way me being like, oh, look at me, smarty pants over here listening to an audiobook.
So, but I think by saying that you're reading the book, you're looking for that credit from other people.
I disagree. I'm not looking for any credit.
601-995-1017. Do you have a hobby or just something that you do, have to do, like to do, whatever, that makes you feel like you're better than everybody else? Because I do not read, but what I do is I get to work by 4:15 in the morning. And I feel like that gives me a bit of a superiority complex that I start work before the rest of the world in a big way.
That makes sense. Yeah, I could see that. I don't feel the same way getting up early. I don't get to work as early as you do. So I guess that you have that. You can feel superior to me. Where my superiority complex comes in, and I feel so bad because this is going to be calling out some of my closest friends, but anytime somebody sees my nails when they're done and they're all done up and they're long and everything, and they're like, I could never manage my life with nails like that. And I'm like, yeah, you couldn't.
It takes a special type of person
to
have nails this obnoxious.
It gives me such a superiority complex of yeah, you're right. I am so much better than you.
What makes you better than everybody else? Talking about how people who read books as a hobby, they think they're better than everybody else. Research has proved this, and I happen to agree with it. There's just a certain air about people whenever they talk about, oh, I've read 45 books this year and I'm going for 50 before whatever day. It's whatever, save it. I watched 45 episodes of a TV show this year. What do you want from me?
But I feel like there is something to be said of people who actually read books. You've earned that. You've earned that air of superiority.
Abigail says, as someone who reads and listens to audiobooks, we usually have the book out in front of us reading along, but I don't think I'm better than anyone when I read. I mean, to me, that's like saying, oh, I had the book out in the movie theater and I was reading along with the chapters and everything.
That is different. That's like reading along with somebody reading out loud like you used to do in class. Did it count any less because you were reading along with someone who was reading the textbook out loud? I don't think so.
Got this from first-time texter Diane. Welcome to the fam, Diane. She said, it's not a hobby, but I get everywhere I go earlier than other people. My friends almost always run late, and I'm at least 30 minutes early every time.
Whoa.
Late people annoy me. I said, yes, Diane, that does make you better than everybody else. Late people do drive me nuts, too. And I am the person who's typically very, very early for things.
Well, you and Diane could probably be friends. Sadly, me and Diane probably could not be friends unless she told me the wrong time. Tasha, I think you have absolutely earned this superiority complex, but she says being able to cook certain things from scratch, for example, cornbread, and somebody asks, oh, which mix do you use? And she's like, no, you uncultured swine, making them from scratch.
Turkey Hunter Brett says it's not the hunting the wild turkey. It's about being a wild turkey hunter.
Yeah.
I don't know what the difference is there.
I feel like if you on this show have a nickname like Turkey Hunter Brett, you deserve an air of superiority about you.
Guilty pleasure, Adrian.
Yeah.
Another one, Kroger Chris.
Another one. So, I mean, if you want to earn a nickname, you could text us 601-995-1017.
Sick. Let's talk to Jesse. Why do you think you're better than everybody else?
Well, I don't have to tan. I'm naturally dark-skinned. I can go to the mailbox and back in June, and I look like I've been laying out all summer.
Does anyone ever compliment, like, oh, you've got such a great tan this summer? And, like, do you say to them, or do you just think in your head, like, oh, I've got this year-round?
Well, I mess with other people. I do it the reverse where, people are like, I need a tan. I'm like, yeah, me too. And they're like, are you serious? And I'm like,
Thanks for the call, Jesse.
Yes, sir.
And talk to you later.
Adam and Allison in the morning.